we take a look at 7 evolutionary technologies which could completely change our world. Current modern-day computers are becoming deadlocked by Moore's law, and they will eventually be replaced by a new type of computing technology. Quantum computers utilize quantum bits, otherwise known as qubits. These qubits behave quantumly, so they have the ability to use 1 and 0 at the same time, allowing for exponentially faster calculations. However, current quantum computing is still in its infancy phase since qubits are notoriously tricky to manipulate and maintain, so they're not able to play Crisis or even run Windows for that matter. Only time will tell when quantum computers become a part of our everyday lives. At number 6, nanomachines. We have utilized basic forms of nanotechnology, with self-heating materials and some forms of complex ultraviolet light. But this technology is still in its infancy phase, and we have only begun to discover its potential. Imagine a set of nanomachines that can themselves, or have the ability to transform a to a sports car. There really is no limit to what nanotechnology can do. But the main problem with nanomachines is that it does bring up a new realm of problems associated with energy and even production. And we also have to consider that nanomachines can be one of the most powerful weapons ever made, which could make it to be one of the most revolutionary and deadliest technologies at the same time. But the engineering and nanoscale is also used for new developments in nanomaterials. And they are not really machines, but they're more so materials that form occur naturally. A few examples would include a focused device, or even a simple lens to get down the costs associated with laser. But the applications of metamaterials are basically endless. Ultimately, if we can figure out how to build and mass produce things at a nanoscale, it will completely change our world. At number 5, ultracapacitors. We always hear about a new battery invention every year, and it's almost comical at this point. But inventing something which supersedes existing battery technology and actually making it practical, well, that's another story. We also have to keep in mind that batteries have limited lifespans and they have lengthy charging times. That's where capacitors can overtake this type of technology, and they can charge within seconds, endure more cycles, and even undergo greater temperature variations. But the only problem is that capacitors do not quite carry the same energy density as a battery. So a car running on the equivalent weight of capacitors is not quite as as you would on batteries. That is quickly changing over. Research is being done with graphene and metal carbide to make a better capacitor, which has greater energy density. Combined with getting the cost of capacitors down, then we can also increase the capacitor to the battery. The question is, how long is that really going to take? How does the more limited AI? I'm going to re-emphasize the word limited because this AI system is already in place and is rapidly changing. From driving vehicles to performing surveillance, it has no doubt proved that it can outperform humans in certain tasks. And it has limitless potential. So what about a fully conscious AI? And why is it not mentioning that? Well, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. The riddle to consciousness is figuring out how it even works. Is it based on survivability, or is it something deeper than that, like a soul? There is no universal agreement on what life even is. So humanity could progress another 100, even 1,000 years into the future, and there still may not be an answer to this problem. But at some point, maybe not in our lives, but sometime in the future, it may become very difficult to tell the difference between a human and a limited AI system portraying a human. At number 3, VR immersion. It's not really that far off to think that we may just end up living in a fantasy world, if we are not already. Full VR immersion would obviously be able to stimulate all 5 senses, and therefore we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between real life and the VR world. With nearly half the population of poverty, this would be a very powerful incentive to visit VR, but that is only if the technology becomes cost viable to everyone. Obviously, this is the topic for a whole other video, and I suppose that people are not eventually jacked into our local-style system. But if we take it one step further, augmented reality, which superimposes images and information in the real world, may be the key to power. It might give one person an information advantage over anyone who does not have access to the technology. Obviously, this would create more of a distributed society, and it just shows once again that technology can be both a benefit and a detriment to our everyday life. At number 2, room temperature superconductors. Superconductors were discovered over 100 years ago, and they have the property of exhibiting zero electrical resistance. They also expel magnetic fields, and as some of you know, I like doing experiments on this weird effect. Ultimately, whoever figures out how to make a room temperature superconductor will hold one of the most important keys to the future of technology. From cover cleans to ultra-efficient motors, and even power lines with zero energy loss, there will be a complete revolution. Now, we have experimented with a few things that haven't been clarified just yet. One of the is metallic hydrogen, but it is also very unlikely to be metastable. It might just be superconductive when it's under extreme pressure. Graphene also could be superconductive, but this is a two-dimensional layer and it still needs to be cooled down. But having said that, there have been advances in graphene design and production, so it could be the answer to this problem. We'll just have to wait and see. That's number 1, fusion power. Let's be honest here, we always hear about how fusion power is just around the corner. But this time around, I think there are some real breakthroughs. From MIT to the ICER and even the tokamak reactor, there are multiple projects around the world which are using different approaches to stable reaction. There's even the Lockheed Compact Fusion Reactor project, which is intended to be a mobile 100 megawatt unit. Not much more information has been cleared lately. MIT has also made the extreme claim that there will be stable fusion power as soon as 2025. But maybe fusion power is not the answer to the energy need. It might come from outside, which is pretty much ignored by mainstream science. One example of this is the brilliant high-power sun cell reactor. To sum this up, a nuclear reactor forces hydrogen atoms to go through a large and ground state and exhibit enormous amounts of energy. Now, yes, I know, this is technically impossible, but it's going to need to see working prototypes actually produce a reaction. Ultimately, whether it comes to fusion or some other source, it is much needed, and it will help advance our civilization into the future. So once again, thanks for watching. Please like the video, and make sure to